My name is Lakeisha McKnight, and I'm the co-founder of Motivational Speakers Institute. And I want to welcome you to this very, very, very intriguing and exciting seminar today. Today, I'm going to show you how to construct a biography. And it's going to be 3 different versions, 3 different styles. So I want you to stay tuned and listen carefully. If you don't have a pen and a piece of paper, go ahead and get that, and I'll wait a moment so that you can gather that for you so that we can get started. All right, so now that you have your pens and now that you have your paper, put on your thinking cap, because at this time I'm going to share with you some information that I've learned throughout the years as I've been a part of speakers bureaus, as I've written numerous passages, numerous pieces of literature that is poetry, as well as bios. And so I want to share with you my knowledge throughout the years that I've obtained and that I've gotten from others, that I've received from others who have written bios. I've been a part of speakers bureaus, and they've requested me to write biographies on myself. And for some of you, this may be a little bit difficult, talking about yourself and referencing yourself. Because how many of you know that when it comes to you pointing out certain things about yourself or writing about yourself, it can be a little puzzling. You're trying to figure out how you should structure what you're saying, which should actually go first, which should go next, which should you conclude with. And so in this video, I'm going to give you some insight. In this seminar, you're going to get insight on how to construct bios from 3 different standpoints. That is 3. And so we're going to dive right into the first one, the first way to actually construct a bio. Now you may be asked to give a very, very short bio, and it may be 100 words or less, or even just 1 line. And so the first type of bio, the first type of description of yourself that you may be requested to give is a one-liner. A one-liner, and I'm going to show you how to do that, because this one-liner is going to be critical not just for writing for biography purposes, but also if you're attending any networking events, you're going to have to know how to express to people who you are in a matter of 1 or 2 lines. So you may have a few sentences or a few seconds, I should say, to express to the other person on the other end who you are. And so you have to give a quick glimpse to them about who you are. And so I remember recently I went to a networking event. I'm going to share this with you. I went to a networking event, and I was asked to, in a matter of 30 seconds, to express who I am, to do a quick commercial about who I am as a person and what I do in business. And so this is what I gave them. Now, maybe more or less 100 words, but this was a quick one-liner. Motivational speaker Lakeisha McKnight speaks to students, adults, business leaders, as well as entrepreneurs all around the world on how to be a champion, but not just be a champion, because champions do not just win, they overcome. And so in her messages, she will describe to you and show you how you can become an overcomer. And so that was 2 sentences, but the first sentence was the critical sentence, the critical message, or my bio on what I can do, what I can provide to those who may need my services. Now, I'm a speaker, I'm a coach, and I do other aspects, but in my bio I primarily focus on my speaking. Now, if you do many things such as writing, if you're an author, or if you're a business owner, you can place that at the beginning of your one-liner. You can say, I'm Jane Joe or Jane Doe, and I'm an author, entrepreneur, business owner, and a stay-at-home mom who can provide you with cooking services or cooking recipes or maid services, whatever your need is. You want to dive right into from who you are to what specific service you can provide, and in that specific sentence with something that's going to keep them intrigued or that's going to remember you. And so you want to make sure that you comprise and that you develop that sentence to be something intriguing. And notice that for all of the bios that we're going to talk about today, they're going to focus in on coming from a 3rd person point of view. So you don't want to say, my name is such and such and this is what I can provide for you. Notice that in that particular sentence, I use the word I. Now, if you're doing an autobiography, you would actually write the word I, or you would write I within your particular piece. But if you're doing a bio, now a bio of course can be for networking events as with the one-liner, or for the other bios that can be used for other pieces, such as for your website or for a speaker's bureau. And then there's a more lengthier one that we're going to get into within the next few minutes. But the one-liner could definitely be used for networking events when you have to give a description to someone within a few seconds of who you are. Because people, how many of you know that people will tune you out if you begin to babble? So you want to make sure that you get them right at the beginning. As soon as you begin talking, give them that one-liner so that they will remember you for who you are and what service you can provide for them. What solution can you help them with? And so that's how you would do a one-liner for a networking event, which is another way for constructing a bio. So you can do the one-liners. So practice that. Begin to work on that, because you never know when you're going to be requested to come to a networking event to share more about yourself and your business. So begin to develop that one-liner today. And so I want to dive right into the next type of bio, and it's the short version, or a short bio. Now, short bios can be anywhere from 1 paragraph all the way up to 3 paragraphs or 1 page. So many of you may have seen that. You may have seen these type of bios on websites, because that's where you would see these type of bios, or on speakers bureaus. Now, if you are connected with the MSI Speakers Bureau, there are different guidelines depending on the package that you choose. If you're a free member, you have 100 words, so you have to write your bio within 100 words. And 100 words is roughly a paragraph. Okay, so it's roughly a paragraph. And so I'm going to show you some critical pieces of information that you would need to include within your bio. If you're doing it for a speakers bureau, that gives you guidelines on how many words you should use. Or if you want to place this on your website, because you don't want to, one hint is that you don't want to include too much wording on your bio within your website. Because how many people are going to sit there and read the entire thing? They may not want to sit there the entire time to read a lengthy, long bio on your website. Neither would they want to read a lengthy, long bio on your particular page on a speakers bureau. They want to get the understanding of who you are from the beginning. So sometimes having a short bio, even on a speakers bureau, is beneficial, because some of them may not necessarily want to hang around too long on a particular page to read it. So let's talk about the short bio, which is 1 paragraph to 3 paragraphs in length, or 1 page. Now, if you're constructing a bio that is 1 paragraph long, and 1 paragraph, we know for the most part, if you've been to many of your English classes, you'll know that a paragraph is between 3 to maybe 5 sentences in length. And so you want to make sure, just like with that one-liner bio, you want to capture the audience, you want to capture those who are reading your bio within the first couple sentences within a short bio. Okay, so this paragraph, the first paragraph, is critical for writing your biography. Again, this is third-person point of view. So you want to use words such as your proper name, your actual name. You want to use words such as she or he, so that it can reflect on someone reading about you, not someone hearing you say, I am such and such, this is what I do. You can say, well, Mary Jo, she is an entrepreneur, she is a part of such and such business, and this is what she does. She can provide you with these services, and her signature message is such and such. You want to make sure that even in your short bio, that you're writing information about your profession. Who are you? Are you a business owner? Are you an entrepreneur? Are you an author? Are you a stay-at-home mom? Who are you? You want to make sure that you note that within the first paragraph. Also, you want to include information about your education. You're a graduate of such and such school. And that's if you want to include that within the first paragraph, because you don't have to. You don't have to include your education there, but you definitely want to include your profession, and you want to include your service. Because if you want to be a little detailed in your service, then I would include the educational portion, within maybe the second or third paragraph if you're able to include that much. So if you're with the Speakers Bureau that's restricting you to a certain amount of words, just make sure that you get the nuts and bolts at the beginning of your bio, within the first couple sentences there on your biography. Make sure you capture what you want them to hear in the first couple sentences. And you can look, for example, on many different Speakers Bureaus online. You know, they have information where you would actually see how they've constructed their bio. Some are a little bit more lengthier than others, and then there are some who are straight to the point. They give you what you need to hear, and then you're able to move on. And I think the ones that are very straightforward and to the point, those that are concise, are the ones that many of the event planners, many event coordinators are going to quickly look at and get understanding and say, definitely, I want you to come and speak at my next event, or I need you to come and provide some training for me for my next conference here or my next meeting. So you want to make sure that you get the nuts and bolts again at the beginning within your short bio, so you can get a greater understanding of how to capture those who want to hire you as a speaker, or those who are visiting your website, and you can give them the nuts and bolts there so they can have a greater understanding of who you are. As a speaker, as an entrepreneur, an author, whoever you are, you want to make sure that you capture them at the very beginning. So again, the short bios, anywhere between 1 paragraph to 1 page, that is 3 paragraphs. And make sure that each paragraph, it can be no less than 3 sentences, no more than 5 sentences. That's what I would recommend. So we talked about the one-liners that are used for networking events. We then moved into the short bios that are between 3 paragraphs. There are 3 paragraphs at most, or 1 page. Then there are the more lengthier bios. Now, these specific bios can be used for any type of kit, any type of marketing kit that you're trying to create, and you may want to send it to someone who may be interested in what you do, or want to know more about your specific company. It's a marketing kit. You know, it's something that, some type of marketing material that you can mail to someone because they may not have access to a website, or they may not have access to getting on your particular site or coming to your specific location, but it's a mailing. It's something that they can see, something that's tangible. And so if you're writing something like that, if you're writing a biography, and this is more formal in nature, these longer biographies can be anywhere between 2 pages all the way up to a book. And we know that books can be different lengths. So when you're doing a biography such as that, for example, you may have seen some bios for yourself, like I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, which is a bio of the life of Maya Angelou, a writer, a speaker, a poet. She writes very well, and she gives you an example of a biography, that particular bio, and you can get an idea of what a longer bio may look like. Now keep in mind, her book is about this thick. That book, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and that's one of my favorite books. But there are plenty of biographies out there that I'm sure that you can reference if you're trying to write a lengthier bio. Now again, longer bios are 2 pages and up, and that's what I would recommend if you're doing a longer bio. Now with the longer bios, you can include everything. You can include your internal thoughts, what you were thinking at that specific time. Now with the bios that are longer in length, you have greater flexibility. You can talk about your education, you can talk about your profession and how you got into it. You can talk about various things, and you can have your chapter titles, you can have subtitles, you can have assessments, you can have everything within your specific biography. You can have pictures inside of the biography, and so it gives you more flexibility. Now with the other bio, if you have a bio like a short bio that's 1 page in length, now you may be allowed to put a picture with that particular bio, so it just depends on the guidelines that are given to you. So the longer bios, you can include all that you would want within your biography. And again, it's 3rd person point of view with a bio that long. With any bio, bios are 3rd person, as if someone is talking about who you are. So keep that in mind as you're doing your bios. And so hopefully I'm giving you some insight that's going to help you if you're a member of the MSI Speakers Bureau, Hopefully this helps you to write your bio for the website. And if you find that you want to reconstruct your bio, by all means, submit your revised bio to info@hireaspeaker.org. info@hireaspeaker.org, and we will update that for you on the site. The support team will do that for you. So, again, a quick review. We went from the networking one-line type of bios to the short bio, and then we progressed right into the longer bios for those of you who are considering writing a book, or if you're trying to put together some type of publishing or marketing piece that you can give someone so that they can have a tangible bio of who you are. And some people do use what we call one-sheets. One-sheets would allow you to have one sheet of a bio, and that is 3 paragraphs as well. You have one-page bio, and then on the flip side, you have some other material. And so one-sheets will be talked about in some other seminars that I'm going to put together for you, along with some of the other leaders with MSI. But hopefully this information on bio creations has helped you obtain a greater understanding on how to do your bio and preparing you for your next networking event. Again, my name is Lakeisha McKnight, the co-founder of Motivational Speakers Institute, also known as MSI. Be sure to visit us at www.msispeakers.com, and you will see us also on YouTube, on Twitter, as well as on Facebook. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you at the top.